solve the equation a squared minus 7a plus 12 equals 0 by factoring. Well, we know that factoring is a good way to solve polynomial equations like this, because I know if I have a product of things, say something times something else, and that product equals 0, that I can simplify this big equation, a times b, into two smaller ones, because if a product of two things equals 0, then either the first piece has to equal 0, equals 0, or the second piece equals 0. That's the only way that a product of two things can be 0. So if I can factor this equation, this expression here, a squared minus 7a plus 12, into two pieces, and then I can look at those two pieces individually and find out when the first piece is 0, find out when the second piece is 0, and those are going to be the only times when their product, namely this a squared minus 7a plus 12, is equal to 0. So let's go ahead and do the factoring. We look at this and we notice that there's a leading order term 1, so to find the factors of this, one way I could do this is just go ahead and look at factors of the number 12 and find two factors that sum to -7. I guess 3 and 4 have a product of 12. Their sum is +7, but if I use -3 and -4, those are two numbers whose product is 12 and whose sum is -7. So I know that this expression a squared minus 7a plus 12 factors is a minus 3 times a minus 4, and it still equals 0. So I've rewritten that equation here. Factored form equals 0. So either the first part of the first factor equals 0, or the second part equals 0. Those are the only two ways that this product is going to be 0. So now I can go ahead and solve each of these two simpler equations. A minus 3 equals 0. I could go ahead and add 3 to both sides. That gives us a equals 3. A minus 4 equals 0. I can go ahead and add 4 to both sides. That gives us 4. So here are two times, and the only two times, when this expression is equal to 0. If you're nervous about this, you can always go ahead and check these answers, right? We could plug in 3. 3 squared is 9. Minus 7 times 3 is 21 plus 12. And we could see what we get. And 9 minus 21 is -12. Add 12. We do indeed get 0. Similarly with 4, you go ahead and check, make sure that 4 actually is an answer. So we take 4 squared, 16. Subtract 7 times 4, 28. Add 12. Add 12. And again, 16 minus 28 gives us a -12. We add 12. We see we have 0. So both of those answers check. If you were nervous about your factoring, we don't have to check them, though, if we feel that we factored correctly and then we solved these two simpler equations correctly. Anytime that we factor correctly and solve these two little equations correctly, we are going to get correct answers, right? But if you want to check, make sure you factored right, make sure you solve these things, plug them in. Gives you a way to check.